We aim for our film to mimic some of the basic conventions of a thriller, as it is these conventions that make this genre so popular. However, we still wanted to adapt these conventions in our own way in order to maintain a personal aspect to our project. Whilst researching and planning our film, we considered the basic conventions we wanted to keep and decided on parallel, non-diegetic music, an antagonist in an ominous setting location. For our music, we wanted to keep it parallel as it is simple and fits well with the scenes, rather than contrapuntal, which might distract from the action happening on screen. Again, in taking inspiration from other popular thriller locations, such as the warehouse from Reservoir Dogs, the hotel in The Shining, or the house in Insidious, we wanted to continue with the idea of a creepy and quiet conventional location. We filmed our product outside an abandoned factory and created our crime scene by the side of it. We did this to emphasise the sense of mystery and suspense that will continue throughout the opening. This is a technique a lot of currently existing thriller films do and use to make their film more interesting. We use camera shots shown most frequently in thriller films that can be used in different ways to make the film more effective. Aside from basic shots such as mid shots and long shots, we chose to use less common shots like worm's eye view and point of view shots to give our film more variety. We wanted to keep changing the shots and angles so the film didn't seem too repetitive, otherwise it may have looked boring, standard or unprofessional, which isn't what we wanted, as we wanted our film to relate as much to current films out in the media as much as possible. In regard to mise-en-scène, we planned everything out in order to replicate the effect that the mise-en-scène brings to big-time media products. For our characters, we kept costumes simple and relevant to the scenes we were filming. This is similar for props, as we didn't want to overload the film with props that could look tacky or complicate things. We used minimalistic props such as crime scene tape, a phone and fake blood for our film, as these are necessities for the storyline. And finally, for our characters again, we wanted minimal characters so the audience can focus on the main woman in the story and her actions. Despite our main character appearing innocent throughout the opening of our product, she then shows an alternate side to her personality towards the end, and it becomes apparent she may be the antagonist, and although this doesn't challenge the typical convention of the thriller, it still doesn't comply, as usually the male character assumes the antagonist, which he is also in our film, but he dies early on, meaning he is no longer a character that needs to be focused on. Our inspiration for our main character came from Jennifer Lawrence's character in House at the End of the Street, the female characters in The Walking Dead, and popular American TV series characters Pretty Little Liars. These are the films that inspired our choice for a female antagonist, as these women all come across as powerful and independent, as well as having a dark, secretive side, which uncovers more as the stories progress, giving the characters more depth and backstory, which is interesting to the viewers. We wanted this for our main character, rather than a typical male protagonist hero that is seen often in this genre of film.